What up, whiz kids? We're back. My camera's shaking a little bit. I gotta get a sturdy tripod for this or something, but we got something a little different today. As you saw in the title, boom, I got my shipment of graded cards back from SGC. I haven't peeked at them. I only opened the box because I wasn't sure how crazy like the packaging and stuff was going to be inside. So this is about as far as I got. Looks like it's boxed up real nice in here. I think they're all in this. There we go, nice. Okay, I like that. So yeah, I've sent out you know, different subscriptions to kind of guys that forward it along in group submissions for like PSA and BGS and stuff, but you guys know how those have been super slow. So this one I sent in only a couple weeks ago. I sent it on a 10-day and it took exactly 10 business days and they sent it back to me. So kind of fun. Not really the most high-end cards, just because, you know, SGC I think is still sort of building their name and stuff. And, you know, I was submitting myself, so I don't know if I'm the biggest expert on cleaning and everything like that, but I wanted to give it a shot. So yeah, so I haven't peeked at the grades even online. I only looked at one card in here just because I wanted to see. They upload, after they ship it out, they upload pictures of all the cards with the grades and everything. So I know there's an AJ Brown in here that got graded a 9.5. I'm also sending in another submission next. Thought I'd give you guys a little peek. I got some of these Marvel cards that are super hot right now. The Giannis, Kobe, Steph, and I have a couple more coming. LeBron and Cam Reddish, I think. So I wanted to do a bunch of those. There's Zion and Ja, but those are probably a little bit too high a price. Jordan, Rainbow Foil, Darius Garland Cosmic, a Stidham Auto. This AJ Brown I just pulled the other night out of a Prism hanger box, super clean. That one should 10 for sure. This Kyler I pulled out of Brothers and Cards, I think. Not perfect centering, otherwise super clean. The top is a little bit thin on the centering, but like I said, I'm just trying to see kind of how, like, what you can get away with in grading, like, you know, what kind of defects and stuff. Luca something, what is this? Groove. Nick Lodolo, cracked ice out of 25. Oh, this DK, I pulled this out of the, if you guys saw my last video, or maybe 2 videos ago. Purple Power Auto, this is super clean too. Justin Herbert, Pink Pulsar, Deontay Johnson, RPA, Jeff McNeil, RPA, and Carter Keyboom out of 100. So, like I said, not the biggest cards. You know, for the value, I think I would still recommend sending to BGS and PSA, you know, for top dollar, but you know, the turnaround time is just so long that if you don't want to wait that long, you know, I think SGC, they're definitely building up the hype. I think people are kind of getting on board with it. I also have this. I'm not gonna say what the grade is, that's why I kind of covered it up. I was thinking of cracking this and submitting it to SGC, but I don't know if that's, like, you know, shady, or, you know, I know people resubmit cards all the time, but this one is literally called, like, you know, slabbed, and, you know, they come, but there's no subgrades. That is one of the things you know, I would like to see with SGC. I think, you know, it's funny with BGS. It's like if you get the no subgrades, it's like people don't want it, but it's like, okay, well, PSA doesn't do subgrades and people don't seem to care. But yeah, so with SGC, let's see if these are just in here. I don't want to peek too much. Okay, they are just in here. I'm going to flip it this way. I don't want to spoil it for myself either. You know how hard it was to have these, like, pop online and then not, you know, not look at the grades and stuff. Okay, so there's a couple rubber bands on it. I am not peeking. And yeah, it also, the submission was supposed to arrive on Monday. So today's Friday, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Like, I want to see, but I did managed to contain myself and wait. Okay, so the first one, actually, this is nice. It has a little paper on it covering my invoice and everything. So I think there's like 10 cards in here. Take this one out of the sleeve. Sycama 1010, very nice. Yeah, so these cards, I mean, it's funny when you start grading yourself and inspecting the cards. I had a lot of cards that, you know, I originally thought, oh, this will be, you know, good to send. And then once you're like, you know, you're checking it out and all that, you know, there's a lot of little defects and things that make you not want to send it. But yeah, so for SGC, this is a 10 gem. They have 10 Pristine, which I think is kind of like and it comes with like a gold label on here. So I think that's, you know, sort of like their black label. Seems really rare. 10s, you know, obviously there's not a, you know, there's a decent amount of 10s. 10s and 9.5s, I think, are pretty comparable to, like, I think a 10 in this is probably comparable to a BGS 9.5. But anyways, yeah, so the Sycama, and I do like that they put the out of number right there. So 5 out of 10. I knew that card was clean. I don't think, you know, this isn't a rookie card or a first or anything for Sycama, but I knew the card was super clean. So I sent that in because I figured that would grade well. What do we got next? Ooh, another clean one, another 10, let's go. Josh Wolf, 1010. Similar thing with the Sycama. This is the Blue Wave. Yeah, similar thing. I knew this was a clean card, probably not the highest value or anything, but like I was saying, I kind of just wanted to test the waters with SGC. And man, the website is so easy. If you've, you know, done BGS or PSA, the website is pretty intimidating, and that's why I've always, you know, sent to the bulk submissions. One, to get the price down, and two, just because I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Boom, there we go. 10 Pristine. That's huge. I love Cam too. Blue Velocity 10 Pristine. So yeah, you can see in the difference between these, the black, and then, you know, GM for gem, and then 10 Pristine with the gold label on it. Wow, that's awesome. That's so amazing. Yeah, so like I was saying, I was really picky with this, just because, you know, what's the point of sending in, you know, one, SGC doesn't increase the value as much as BGS or PSA, so it's like, why take the time to, you know, send in these cards if they have defects and things that, and, you know, it's not going to grade well. So I was really picky, and I'm hoping I don't have anything less than a, you know, a 9.5. Drew Lock, let's go. 10 gem. This is a clean card. This gold laser. Drew Lock. I pulled this one out of some, I think, out of the Prism Blasters, right, for the gold lasers. Drew Lock is my main PC. Man, that's a clean card. 10 gem. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking. Oh, this is just going amazingly. I wasn't sure, you know, I'm not an expert on grading. I did watch all the videos, like cleaning. I got my microfiber cloths and all that stuff. I even got some polish to like polish off scratches, but it didn't go that well. I didn't go that far on most of these cards. Nasir Little, 10, another one. This is out of 13, 5 out of 13. Another 10. You know what's funny? The one card that I saw, because it was at the top of my submission, was the AJ Brown, and it was a 9.5. So I'm very surprised. I thought, you know, it'd be a lot of 9.5s and then maybe a couple 10s, even though I was super picky. Okay, so here's that AJ Brown. So yeah, this one I remember there was just a tiny little print line. I mean, I thought centering was good. If you see the centering looks pretty good to me. I know there's a tiniest little print line over his leg, but you know, with that stuff, I just wasn't sure how much that kind of affects things. So yeah, all these other ones that hit 10s, to me, they looked perfect, or else I wasn't sending them. Like I said, I think I sent in 10 or so cards here, and when I originally pulled out cards that I thought would be good to send, there was probably, you know, 30. But just things like little flaws once you start really inspecting stuff. Kobe, 9.5 on this one. Yeah, so this one, I'm not too surprised. There was a little, you might be able to see it in the video, like that bottom edge. Like if you look at it like this, it looks perfect. That's why when I got it, I was like, oh, this is the blue also. So 38 out of 85. Yeah, so when you look at it like this, when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, this is perfect. I love this card. It's blue, it's rare. Kobe, I love. But yeah, when you catch like just that right angle, you can kind of see the bottom has a little bit. But other than that little bottom lip, everything was perfect. Not a, you know, edges were crisp. There was no print lines. Even the back on this, you know, a lot of these have the print lines kind of going across the back, which usually doesn't affect the grade too much, or that's what they say. But even that one, the back was super clean. I also like how, if you see these, how they stack together, so this, and then it kind of sets into itself like that. That's nice. And my last card, Kobe White, another one, 1010. So I got this one from a guy on Facebook. He does polls, you know, random polls, and this was one of the chasers. So I got lucky and hit this, and it was a super clean card when I got it. So I was like, oh, let me send that in for grading. Pulled the 1010. What do you guys, I want to hear some comments. What do you guys think on SGC with the, just as a company? I definitely feel, I've seen some charts graphing like Zion, base, BGS, PSA, and SGC's prices have been going up. So I think people are kind of coming around to them. And I really like these slabs. I know one of my buddies, you know, he doesn't like the slab because I think once you're kind of accustomed to seeing PSA and BGS slabs, you know, you're not really open to the idea of new stuff. Let me grab some other slabs just to check out. I should have been more prepared for this, but yeah, so just comparing a couple of these, like, I mean, the black slab, if you had never seen a graded card before, let me grab a BGS too. If you had never seen a graded card before and you held these up, like, I don't know, the SGC is clean. The black, I don't know, I definitely don't think they're any worse than these guys for sure. I guess the clear and the black is just you know, your personal taste and things, but definitely happy with the results here. Very happy. So let's go through it one more time. 9.5. I thought this one had a tiny bit of damage on the bottom, so not super surprised. 10.10, happy with that. Super clean card. 9.5. Like I said, this one had the tiniest print line, like one of those things that you don't even see, and then you're holding it up in the light and you can, like, you just barely catch the little line. So I feel like they're pretty strict with their grading. 10 Nasir Little. That's why some of these cards, you know, they're not the biggest names or anything. I just knew that the cards were clean. That Drew Lock, I love that. Drew Lock, one of my PCs. Oh, you know what I also have? GMA. What do you guys think about GMA? I'm just kidding. Don't mess with GMA. They're definitely, I feel like it's BGS and PSA, like 1 and 2. And then, you know, a close third would be SGC, and then anybody after that. This is the, my other lock. Huge card. This is a pop 1 right now. 10 out of 10. Pretty sweet. Anyways, the gold label cam, that's so clean. I'm so happy that I got a Pristine out of one of these. I didn't know, I mean, I still don't know exactly how rare they are, but I'm happy I was able to hit one of them out of, what do we have here, like 9 cards. 10-10 on the Josh Wolf. TJ Sycamore. But anyways, yeah, so I have another submission that's with them right now, and then I'm gonna send these in once I get a couple more cards in. I actually, out of a break, I just hit out of a Panini Prism Fast Break. I got a Kobe Blue Velocity and a Kobe Fast Break Redemption. So I want those to come in. I mean, the Redemption, I don't know what about, but the blue I wanted to send in. And give me your thoughts on this. What do you think about cracking this and sending it in? The only thing I was worried about is, like, if if it comes back from SGC with a high grade, does that kind of, like, make them, you know, seem like they're not that good. But now I was thinking if it comes out with a good grade, maybe I'd crack it and send it to BGS again with subgrades and see what BGS thinks, because it looks clean to me. And I don't know why it got a somewhat low grade. But anyways, guys, thanks for checking out the video. I got some more stuff to rip coming up soon, so keep an eye out. Hit me up in the comments. I like talking with you guys. Let me know what you think of SGC. Shazam! I should have done that before I opened the box. Oops.